To follow our top story tonight, LA City Council President Nury Martinez and council members Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo caught on tape making racist and offensive remarks. Martinez has stepped down as president, but she has not resigned from the council, and neither has De Leon or Cedillo. Of course, Cedillo is already out. I think he has until January to serve, but joining us now to talk about all this political fallout is Dr. Fernando Guerra. He's a professor of political science at Loyola Marymount University and certainly no stranger to us here at CBS 2 and KCAL 9. Dr. Guerra, thanks so much. Let's jump right in, though.
Sure.
What is next for Councilmember Martinez, whether she stays on the city council or not? Is her political career over?
Well, the career of an elected official is dependent on winning elections. I do not believe she can win another election. That is the case. Now, she does have 2 years remaining in her current term, and we'll see whether she resigns that or not. But if you're asking me, is her political career over? Yes, it is either over right now or within the next 2 years. I don't see her winning re-election in her district or winning any other political office.
Wow, that's really, to hear something like that, considering just from a leaked audio tape and just the messages that were on that recording, to have one's career just be over like that. And I'm asking you this question as well, because, people have talked about, well, our memories can be short. But in this instance, you don't see that playing out, do you?
Oh, no, there's no way. I mean, this tape and this conversation and this narrative has been going on throughout the last 2 days. Everybody's going to remember this. There's no way that she would be able to run for office in 2 years and not have people bring this up and remind everybody about what happened. I mean, at the end of the day, most people realize these remarks, as terrible as they were actually directed at a 3-year-old child. I think that even makes it, as bad as the remarks were, the context is even more horrible.
Well, Dr. Guerra, where does LA leadership go from here? Can City Council regain the public's trust? As you have said, this has been heard and talked about over and over, and it's not over yet. It will constantly be talked about. So how do they regain the people's trust, the City Council?
Well, number one, they have to universally condemn this, and you see that happening. And so that they're one when it comes to that this is not unacceptable. They have to convince us that others don't think this way. And it's really tough. I mean, we at Loyola Marymount University have been tracking trust in government in terms of public opinion, and it has declined. And once you lose that trust, it is really difficult to claim it back. And so it's a tough road. But the other thing is, I find it hard to believe that many members didn't know the proclivity of Councilwoman Martinez in terms of being crass and having these type of racist tendencies. And if that's the case, we expect our elected officials to stop supporting and going along in closed doors when people express these opinions. We expect it at the workplace. We expect it at schools. I think we need to expect it from our public officials that when they hear this kind of stuff, they got to say, hey, you got to stop. You're really reflecting what we are all about, not just you.
Almost, if you see something, say something, or if you hear something, say something.
Exactly.
Okay, Dr. Guerra, only have a minute. So this really has to do with politics. If none of the members involved resign, despite the calls for them to step down, what's the recourse? Can they be removed? I know we've had some council members suspended, of course, pending some legal ramifications. So what could happen? Can they be removed?
So, no, I mean, they can resign on their own, correct? They could be recalled, but that's about a 6 to 8 month process. And of course, they can be defeated at their next reelection. I do not believe that the city council or the mayor or even the district attorney have the right to remove him right now. When we talk about Margaret Ridley Thomas or Jose Huizar, they were suspended because they were indicted in court. That's not going to happen here. And so, you can censure them, but they will be a full voting member until they resign, are recalled, or do not run for office or get defeated in re-election.
Dr. Fernando Guerra, always a pleasure to have us with us today, and of course to share your insights and impart your knowledge to us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.